Hello, my name is Samantha. I'm going to be showing you how to do the 10 to 20 system with sleep studies. The important parts to remember are the frontal, temporal, central, the parietal, and the occipital. It's going to go along with different activities that go in your brain. Is the easiest way I could say it now until we learn more about it. So I already went and started doing all the measurements. I got all the measurements down just to make it easier for this video so it's not as long. So I used a little gel pen and the measuring tape, as you can see, but I'll actually go through and show you and talk to you about my measurements. So for starters, I did the Nation to the Inyan, and we always use centimeters. Something else I forgot to mention is everything that's going to be odd is going to be on your left side, and then everything that's going to be even is going to be on your right side. So for starters, I'm going to sit here and go with 0 to the nose, and then straight back, we're going to go to that Inyan part, which is the little bone that you'll see in the back. And for her measurement, I got 35.5 centimeters. And then you're gonna wanna do to get your FPZ, you're gonna want to get 10% of 35.5, which is going to be 3.55. Sorry, I'm trying to look at my notes. So I went ahead and already did that. So I had 0 and then the 3.55. And then you're going to want to get the FZ, which is going to be 20% up, so it's going to be 7.1 centimeters. So then you're going to start 0 from here, and you're going to want to go to 7.1, which you won't be able to see, but I marked on top of her head here. And then from that one, you're going to go 7.1 again, and that's going to get you your CZ, so the very middle of your head. And then again, you're gonna go another 20%, and from that other 20%, you're going to get 24.85, and then you're gonna wanna do 10% again from the PZ to go and get your OZ. So we're gonna go ahead and do that again. All right. And then it's good to remember that everything, once you add it together, is still going to equal out to that 35.5 centimeters that was measuring her Nation to her Inyan. Secondly, I'm going to do the pericular to the pericular. Hope I said that right. So we're going to go from, it's like around I think it's called the tragus. And then you're going to make sure you hit that CZ for it to be accurate. And you're just gonna meet it on the other side, which again, I made the little dots, you can't really see it, but the measurement I got was 37. And then in order to get your T3, you're gonna want to, which is, I'll start from the left to the right, which the T3 is gonna be on the left. You're gonna go and you're gonna want 10% of the 37, so it's going to be 3.7, so we're going to be going up 3.7 from the first pericular, which I marked about right here. And then from T3 we're going to go on to C3, and that's going to be a 20%, so it's going to be 7.4. And then once you mark that, which I had marked here, you're going to do the 7.4, which is going to be about right here, and then another 7.4 is going to match up with that CZ. And then for the CZ, for the pericular to the pericular, it was 14.8. And then I'm going to go from T4 now from the right side up. So it's going to be, again, 3.7 because her head is asymmetrical. So it's about right here. And then again, now you're gonna do to get the C4, you're gonna do the 7.4. So again, 7.4, and then you're gonna get it right here. And then the other 7.4, which is another 20%, is gonna match up to that CZ. For the circumference, we're gonna go ahead and get from the FPZ right here, get it to that 0 centimeters. And then we have to wrap around to the, oh, sorry, my screen. And then we're gonna have to wrap around to T4, the occipital, so the OZ back to the T3, and then back around, which I got 54.5 first time we did it. All right. And then you're gonna want to do, in order to get your FP1, you're gonna want to get 5% of the 54.5, which is gonna be 2.7, is what I measured. So in order to do that, go here, you can flip it over to there, and then it's gonna be the same thing for the left and the right for FP1 and then FP2. So this was FP1, this is FP2. After that, you're gonna want to get O1 and O2, which is gonna be from the occipital. And that one is going to be from, let me just double check here. You're gonna wanna do from T4 and T3 back to the occipital with 20%. Which, that 20%, sorry, the 5. So it's gonna be 2.7 again. So I'm gonna go from the temple to here. And that's gonna give us our O1 and O2, which again, you can't see, it's in the back of the occipital. Both were going to be 2.7. And then we were going to get, for the circumference, we were going to get 5% of the 54.5. Sorry, 10%. So it's going to be 5.45. And that's going to be able to get the F7 and the F8. So the F7 and the F8, we're going to measure from FP2 to FP1, and we're going to do that with the 5.7. So it's around over here. And then the same thing on the other side, which is going to be like right here. And then with the T5 and T6, it's going to be the same thing. So it equal out to 5.45 because it is the 10% for here and here, and then here and here. So exactly where that line was before. And then you're going to measure it again, and you're going to measure it again. And that should be leading up with your C, or not your C, sorry, your OZ. And then that's all I have. Thank you.